just do this and go home on Friday.
Good evening, everybody. It's 6 o'clock. Can everybody please quiet down, turn off the phones if they're on, please? If anyone would like to stand for the pledge, please do so.
Of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Can you still say that?
Lie in your way.
Thank you. Can I have a motion? Can everybody hear?
Yes.
Can I have a motion, please, for the approval of our prior minutes, March 24th, 2025, special meeting, April 3rd, 2025, and executive session, April 3rd, 2025?
Motion.
Thank you, Chauncey. Thank you, Alan. Any comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Passes unanimously. We'll come back to announcements and liaison reports. I need a motion for Resolution 225-126, introducing finally proposed local law to be determined in 2025. It's a zoning, workforce housing law, and scheduling related public hearings. May I have a motion? Motion. Thank you, Dana. May I have a...
Second.
Thank you, Alan. This is a long time coming, so thank you. I have a couple of questions. One, do we need to read this, or we're laying it before the town board, and this resolution has us setting our public hearing for Monday, May 12th at 6:05 p.m. That's our next regularly scheduled town board meeting. I have a couple of questions and clarifications. I don't know if anyone else does. Warren, do we need to read this, or is it laying down fine? Okay. Ken, Charlie, thanks for coming. So finally, long time coming. We're glad we're here. Why are we affording workforce housing affordable housing as opposed to workforce? I thought we were changing that to workforce housing.
It's a combination of two statutes. We have a statute that provides for affordable housing and a separate for workforce housing. So this is kind of a combination of affordable workforce housing.
Okay, so
we're
we've
gonna call it.
had it in there. I see that we changed on page 1, the second to the last line, range running from 30 to 80%, and we have the full breakdown of the requirement percentage of income for area median income. That's fine. My two questions. On page 2 of the local law, first paragraph, can you just clarify ingress and egress? This is a private road, but we're calling it a private driveway. Shouldn't it be private road?
It's a private driveway. It's I don't know what the classification would be other than a private driveway. Stems from.
And the ingress and egress is from Ryan Cliff Road, and there is egress only onto Astor Drive.
Correct.
Okay.
That's correct.
Okay, that's how it reads, but I wanted to make sure that. Do we have a letter from the Rhinebeck Central School District or an intermunicipal agreement saying that they will provide bus service? Because I would like that before we adopt the local law.
I don't know if we got the letter. We got, Andy met with them and Andy got an email. I saw a copy of the
I'd
email.
like something in writing, an intermunicipal agreement. I think we should look at, Warren, if we need to. The whole idea of us wanting to make this a public road was to ensure that there was bus service. So if we can get something before our public hearing, that would help. Do you think that's doable?
I'm gonna look at the email now.
I'd like something a little bit more formal from the school
I
district.
think it might be a letter, but I don't know about an IMA. I don't know that an IMA would be necessary.
You work on it, Charlie. I'd just like if you could get something to us before the public
We
hearing.
understand.
Parking, 1.5 spaces per dwelling. How many actual parking spaces are on the plan?
135.
So that, can we fit any more in?
Okay, if we were to put more impervious surface in, that would change the SWIP, and it'd be very difficult for us to accommodate more, and it would require like recalculation because of the SWIP, so I don't think it's something that we really should pursue.
And based on my experience in similar developments, 1.5 is,
More than,
Okay. And those were my only, and the in workforce housing in perpetuity is in here under H of section 5, so thank you for that. Any comments or questions from anyone else
No, nothing.
on the town board? Warren, any comments, questions?
No.
Any comments or questions from anyone?
no.
All in favor of accepting this resolution and setting our public hearing for May 12th at 6:05?
Aye.
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 Do we need roll call?
You can't do a roll call. You don't need to do a roll call.
And aye, passes
If you adopt the law, you
unanimously.
should.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
We'll see you in May.
Yes.
yeah.
Okay, Vanessa's here. I need a motion for 2025-127 approving our compost IMA with the village. May I- Thank you. Thank you, Vanessa. So we're going to get 100 buckets, 600 total, and everybody registers with the town clerk, the village clerk, and we can set up another pickup if we like. And you don't need any funding from us for this? Okay.
Because.
Vanessa Bertozzi from the village board for the food scrap composting. Thanks for coming.
Sure. Thanks for considering this. Because our program right now is completely grant funded, we would be happy to have you come on board free of charge. The term of our agreement with the local farm, LG Staples, is a 7-year term. So after that is up, there'll probably be some compensation at that time. But that, we can discuss that in the future. We also wrote into the agreement, every year we can kind of reassess, see how it's going. We, as part of the grant funding, we did purchase a set of 600 buckets, and we have excess, so we'd be happy for townsfolk to take advantage of those free buckets. The town clerk would be giving those out once the registration is confirmed by the village clerk.
So register with the village clerk, get your buckets at the town hall.
Yep.
Great.
And so basically, the way people register is through an online form through the village. That online form in the back end is like an Excel spreadsheet that we can share with the town clerk. So we'll be on the things.
Good. Well, I'm thrilled. I'm going to get my bucket this week. Thank you.
Thank
Excited.
Can we see the bucket?
Here's bucket. Going to need a bigger bucket.
This works, for the Rhinebeck demographic, for a small household, this works just fine. For those of us with larger households, you might have to empty it a couple times a week. Or you don't have to use this bucket, you could get a bigger one that suits you.
Thank you for doing this and including us, and we look forward to more composting. Any questions or comments from anyone in the town board?
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Passes unanimously. Thanks again, Vanessa. 2025-128, appointing a records management officer. This is cleanup from our reorg. May I have a motion?
Motion.
Thank you, Alan. May I have a second?
Second.
I'll take Chad. Any comments, questions? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Appointing Joan, even though she's been doing it all year, every year for years. I need a motion for 2025-129, adoption of record retention schedule LGS-1. Thank you, Chauncey. May I have a second? Thank you, Alan. Even though we've probably done this years ago, we want to redo it so that we can apply for grants. It's fresh. We have a fresh one to apply for grants. Any questions, comments, or all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Passes unanimously. Motion for 2025-130 to hire a temporary records retention clerk, Pat Kuhn.
Motion.
Thank you. I'll take Chauncey and Dana. Any comments or questions? $25 an hour, 20 hours a week, up to 400 hours this year. If we need more, we'll relook at it. It's really going through everything that we have downstairs and upstairs above the highway department offices, organizing it, making a list of what it is, going through it, and then Joan, as the records retention clerk, will decide what can be destroyed, what can be moved out, what we have to keep forever. So it's the first attempt at doing a pass on this before we begin building, getting a grant for building a more permanent solution. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Passes unanimously. 2025-131, Cemetery Grave Cleaning Day. May I have a motion?
Motion.
Thank you, Alan. May I have a second? Thanks, Chad. Any comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? It will be on Saturday, May 17th from 10 to 12, and the Friends are holding a volunteer day. If anyone wants to join, please do. It's fun and looks beautiful. The old stones look beautiful after they're clean. So thanks to the Friends. 2025-132, Cemetery Shrub and Perennial Planting Day. May I have a motion?
Motion.
Thanks, Alan.
Second.
Thanks, Chad. Again, any questions, comments, concerns? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Passes unanimously. Motion for 2025-133, Cemetery Volunteer Weed Remediation Day.
Motion.
Chauncey and then Dana. Dana, there's a couple with your name coming up. Believe me, I'm just going to go straight to you. But before that, let's do the weed remediation. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, Dana, I'd like a motion. I'm going to go to group two together, 2025-134 and 2025-135, approving the bid sale of the highway department tractor, which is big, and the air compressor, which is small, but I'm going to give it to you anyway.
Yes.
And the sale of the zero-turn mower and the snow blower.
Yes.
All right, now Dana's motioning that.
Motion.
May I have a second?
Second.
Thanks, Chad. We know what you like. It's just a silly joke. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Passes unanimously. Motion for 2025-136, awarding our Recreation Little League fence replacement bid. Yay.
Motion.
Thank you, Chad.
Second.
Thanks, Dana.
Thank you for doing
And
this.
Chad, thanks for all of your work on this, and we got a great bid from Adams Fence again.
Yeah,
and,
as well as people in the highway department did a lot of work.
Yes.
And gentlemen as well to get this done right. Bobby, everybody.
Well, thank you. All in favor of getting a new fence for the Little League at the Thompson Mazzarella Park? Aye.
Keep those scoundrels in.
Any opposed? Passes unanimously.
Only this August,
Yeah. Woo, after the season.
after the season, before the new one.
Okay. 2025-137, recreation new hires for summer 2025. May I have a motion?
Motion.
Thank you, Chad. Alan, I'll take you second.
Sure.
Any comments, questions, or concerns? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okey-dokey, passes unanimously. Recreation cell phone usage policy. May I have a motion for 2025-138?
Motion.
Thanks, Chad. I'll take Chad and Chance. Trying to keep employees off their phones during camp without taking them away. So we'll try this first. Thanks to Carrie and Ian for coming up with this. Any comments, questions, concerns?
Good luck.
All in favor?
Aye.
Just the lifeguards, maybe? I don't know. Aye. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Passes unanimously. Okay, recreation concession stand contract of 2025-139. Can I have a motion?
Motion.
Thanks, Chad. May I have a second? Thanks, Chauncey. I don't know why we're approving the menu, but It's fine with me.
It's a good menu,
Okay.
very good prices.
We're grateful to have someone down there running it so we can get coffee.
Get your nuggets, $6
Yeah,
for
no.
10. Nuggets, $6 for 10. That's
I'm
the
willing to
headline.
walk for that.
All right, everybody, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Passes unanimously. I will make a motion for 2025, 140, 141, and 142 are preliminary accounts payable abstracts, our capital projects abstract, and our budget transfers and amendments. May I have a second?
Second.
Thanks, Dana. The big ticket item here on our capital projects is a payment of $103 for our new truck at the highway department. It only took us 3.5 years to get it, but we got it. Orders are backed up, so order early.
Great.
Any comments,
early.
questions, concerns? All in favor of the 3 amendments?
Roll call.
Roll call, why? It's,
Spending money.
we never do that.
Okay.
We,
We'll do it.
if you want us to, I will, but, Dana?
Yeah?
Chad?
Yes.
Chauncey?
Yep.
Alan?
Yes.
Me too. I'm in.
All right.
Passes unanimously. Any new business before the board?
Yeah, I have an invoice from PCA that's in the budget.
But we're not adding it to the abstract. It has to go on the next one.
Well, okay, but this is just approving the expense. That's all.
Oh, all right.
It's a software update.
Oh, this is what you emailed about, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's $800, I mean, it's just $800.
Sure.
It's already, all right, I spoke to Shelley, and the account number, it's already in the budget.
Resolution 2025-143, authorizing the installation of an upgrade to terminal service software, whereas the current terminal software that supports the thin client workstations in town hall is out of date and is causing reliability problems, whereas PCA has proposed an update which the town software license covers and for which the labor for after-hours installation is quoted at $800. Resolved that PCA quote is acceptable with the charges paid from account number, oh, very good, 00001168406. It is in the budget.
I've only been here 10 years, I
Finally getting it up to speed. Good. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Passes unanimously. Yay. Any other new business before the board?
Yeah, just that for the bocce fans out there, I will be going out to bid for the contract to get that started this summer. Yes. So it's in process. That's it. Bocce.
Okay. Any public comments on any items or any non-agenda items? Yes. If you could come up and,
Sure.
you're addressing the board too, not
My
the,
name is Logan Barry. I live in Clinton, and we were notified about the board meeting and about the fact that the town board of
we can't hear you.
Rhinebeck
We can't hear you.
was citizens of Clinton by trying to clarify all the murkiness around the International Hotel Group conference center. And we were asked to comment and give our thanks to you for proceeding with that, and that's why I
You're welcome. Mike's on, right?
Is the mic on?
Hello?
Oh, yes.
There we go. Thank you.
Well, you gotta be really close up for a tour call. Okay, good evening. I'm Dan Burns, one of your Clinton neighbors. I support you and thank you for your legal action against Clinton, Hyde Park, and IHG Six Senses. To those casting aspersions on NIMBYism, opposition to this illegal resort development is abroad across our communities and is actually still spreading wildfire. I, for one, am not a nearby neighbor to this resort development, but I've engaged in this fight simply because upholding the intent of our comprehensive plans is a necessary and right thing to do. Even prior to closing on their purchase, IHG, with local business assistance, has plotted to quietly circumvent the property's 44-guest special exception permit through their deceptions and legal bullying They've shown us they have no interest in being good neighbors. While AHG plays legal chess, I believe some of the well-meaning Clinton board members receiving poor legal advice continue playing checkers rather than taking decisive action. To those business owners recently making accusations of fishiness or corruption by this board, I ask, where's the motive, where's the payoff? The town board represents a broad range of constituents, not just your own business interests and aspirations. Years ago, a few influential individuals pushed through Clinton's conference center exception law to legalize their own illicit commercial operations in low-density agricultural and residential zones. If you're interested in finding fishy, perhaps read the lawsuit, learn the history of the property, ID the local business interests, knowledgeable of Clinton's comprehensive plan and zoning, then throw our towns under the bus for a quick buck. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you to this board for taking this decisive action, standing up for what's right, setting an example for other Hudson Valley town boards. A dollar spent today beats the heavy costs and permanent losses to our natural resources that we'd otherwise bear in the future. Thank you.
And I just want to give, if anyone wants to give their statements to the clerks too, please do.
We'd like that. I want to frame it.
Anybody else?
How's it feel?
I'm short, so I have to take that off.
Welcome, yeah.
I'm Kelly Leibold, and I'm the project planner for CECNY. I'm with KRC.
I'm sorry, we can't hear you. The mic system is really bad.
I just wanted to take the opportunity to direct everyone to the public available information about the project. So this includes a letter that was given to this board dated April 3rd, 2025, sent to the town of Rhinebeck Town Board, as well as CECNY's publicly available zoning materials that have been submitted to the town of Clinton and the town of Hyde Park. As addressed in our April 3rd letter to the town of Rhinebeck Town Board, CECNY's environmental responsibility has always been a priority, from ensuring water quality and protecting local species and habitats. Out of the project site's 236 acres, the project will only newly disturb over 3.5 acres, and the project will avoid disturbance of wetlands and other environmentally sensitive areas. So again, I just want to direct the town and the public to the publicly available information, again, readily available on the town of Clinton and the town of Hyde Park's websites, and to the letter that we provided dated April 3rd that was addressed to your board. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anybody else?
Good evening, and thank you for this meeting. My name is Mike Oates. I'm the president and CEO of the Hudson Valley Economic Development Corporation, and I'm just here. Kelly just gave a good summarization where...
I'm sorry, Hudson Valley
Economic Development Corporation, HVEDC. Right, and so Kelly gave a good summary of where there's information for the public to get all the information like that Kelly just summarized. I'm just here to express our strong support for this project. We believe that it's in line with...
As an economic development board, you would be. Yeah.
Correct. And we think this is a good project for not only Dutchess County, but also for the Hudson Valley as a whole. And
We don't need more. Be respectful.
Everybody, please, let's not do this. Let's be respectful and let everyone talk.
so, again, I just want to express our strong support for the project, and we think it's going to be of great value to not only Dutchess County, but the Hudson Valley as a whole. Thank you.
Anybody else?
Could I ask him why?
No.
Okay.
We're taking comments. We're not going to have cross. Anybody who wants to come up can. I think this lady's next. Can you go right up to the microphone?
I didn't know right now. Am I close enough now?
Yeah.
My name is Donna Burns, and I was asked to read a statement for somebody who couldn't be here.
I'm sorry, Donna Burns?
Yes.
Thank you.
And so I'm going to read it. I do have a copy, and then I
Can't hear
I'll
you.
Maybe say something. Can you hear me?
Just go right up, put your
I'm
mouth
gonna go right
close up.
It's not used to this. Good evening, Supervisor Spinzia and members of the Rhinebeck Town Board. My name is Tess Lampert, and I live in Hyde Park. Although I couldn't be here tonight, along with many of my neighbors from across the area, I have a simple but important message. Thank you. We know that standing up for your community, especially when faced with powerful legal opposition and deep pockets, is incredibly difficult. We understand that since taking the principal stand to join the lawsuit regarding the IHG Six Senses project and the actions of Hyde Park and Clinton, you, the supervisors, the board members, and your council have faced significant pressure and even personal attacks. We want you to know clearly and unequivocally that you are not alone. We see the courage it takes to confront what feels like legal bullying, and we deeply appreciate you standing firm. Your decision to take legal action is a bold and necessary step to protect what makes this region so special. Thank you for defending fair zoning and the integrity of our local laws. Thank you for fighting to preserve our unique environmental treasures, the habitats for endangered species, our clean water, and the natural beauty that surrounds us. This isn't just about one development. It is about protecting our community character, our rural charm, and our precious agricultural resources. It's about ensuring that our local democratic processes respect the voices of residents, not just the demands of multi-billion-dollar corporations seeking special favors. Rhinebeck calls itself a community that listens and leads. Your actions in this matter demonstrate that commitment powerfully. You listened to the deep concerns about this project's potential impact, and you chose to lead by upholding the laws designed to protect our shared future. So please accept our sincere gratitude. Your presence here, doing this work, matters. Your commitment to standing up for our community values, even under pressure, is seen, it is valued, and it is well supported. Thank you for your service and your courage. So I guess I'm going to make my own statement now that I'm here. My name is Donna Burns, and I live in Clinton. I live close enough, apparently, to Rhinebeck that they gave me an 876 phone number. When I first got involved in this, it was really because of the environment and the environmental concerns. And I discovered, like many people here or people not here, that the area in Clinton, Hyde Park, and Rhinebeck is a significant biodiversity area. It's got an incredible diversity of species, and I saw this map that was given to me, and you may have seen it. I'll give it to you for the record, but it covers what they call a forest linkage zone and a significant biodiversity area, and it goes across all three towns. And it's, I also found out that the area where this hotel would be, the resort, has the highest diversity of turtles in all of New York State, which is pretty amazing. Anyone who's lived here probably has stopped and moved the turtle, come May or June. And it's why the zoning in these towns don't allow resorts or hotels or lodging in these areas. In Hyde Park and Rhinebeck, it's a greenbelt area. In Clinton, it's a very low density area. But then as I kind of went through this, I realized if the environment's super important, but there's really a bigger issue here. It's the rule of law and fairness. And maybe in Bangkok, where this Six Senses is headquartered, this is the way they do it. They get somebody to pass laws for deep pockets, and they get somebody to retroactively nullify decisions they don't like, or they get somebody to kind of twist and interpret the laws in a way that favors somebody who's very, very wealthy. But that's not how we do it here. And it shouldn't be how we do it here. And especially now when we're confronted with a lot of legal bullying. not just at the local level, but clearly we see what's going on, beyond the local level. It's really important that we put this to the test, and to have you sit here, I guess, and stand up for this rule of law is extremely meaningful. I personally appreciate fair zoning. I know if I wanted to put a commercial facility in any of this, I would face enormous hurdles. I've seen town planning boards and zoning boards of appeal confront, people who want to put up a shed and they go through all of this. And so really that's what the issue is. The environment, of course, is important, but this really is about upholding the rule of law. So I want to thank you all for your courage and your service.
My name is Wendy Maitland, and I'm a resident of Rhinebeck, New York. And I also want to be fully transparent that I was the selling broker who facilitated the transaction for Six Senses to purchase the property. I'm hearing a tone. I don't have a prepared statement. I didn't know what this scope of this meeting was going to be, but I wanted to be present to learn more about this lawsuit from the town of Rhinebeck, which I'm a resident of and a business owner in, against a different town where this project is, which is a retreat from what I know of it. And I have read the environmental studies. I don't know how many people actually have. And the scope of it being 3.5 acres of new the proposal, 3.5 acres of new programming, which is not in the town of Rhinebeck. It's not in the town of Hyde Park. I presume that the taxpayers of Rhinebeck are paying for this. I am interested in the cost of this. I'm interested in the fact that we have a town attorney who is also an attorney who represents an opposition group to this project. I feel very uncomfortable with that, and I hope that we learn more about how this actually benefits our town in Rhinebeck, paying for this project, and how it benefits the town to eschew business that would be economically beneficial to business owners in the town, while taxpayers are paying the cost of a lawsuit against two other towns and a business entity who purchased a property and pays property taxes in a different town. That all feels very unsound to me, quite frankly. And I feel like the emotion that a lot of people have expressed is just that, emotion, and not necessarily fact-based. And I would need to know a lot more information about this before I would support a lawsuit that did not consider the public opinion of citizens of the town of Rhinebeck, which is going to be paid for by the town residents and businesses of Rhinebeck. And I feel like there's a lot of vilification going on here, which is quite frankly very disturbing to me. Thank you.
Warren, can I respond? I'd like to respond. I'd like to respond. So you're the broker to this. You sold the land.
Yes, which is not a criminal activity.
I'm speaking now. We have legal standing as a municipality abutting these that is even greater than the residents of these communities. We are an interested and an affected party. We spent close to $3 million in our comprehensive plan. We are leaders in the county in land use and preservation of our historic town, and we believe in it. We are passionate about our comprehensive plan. We are not going to let neighboring towns take a dump on our back door. This is contract zoning, this is spot zoning, and it is illegal. The fact that Warren represents a party with similar interests It's nothing for you to be worried about. The opposing counsel has a problem with that, let them take it up with the judge.
No, as a resident, I'm worried about it.
Yeah, you have the lowest tax rate in Dutchess County. We are incredible stewards of your money.
I agree with you, and I was born and raised, by the way, in this town.
I'm speaking. We are elected to decide what to do with the money. You can run for office and decide to do something else. We are passionate about this, and we will not let illegal zoning happen abutting our town. We are here to preserve the area.
Well, you know, my parents also had a health retreat in this business, starting in 1959.
This isn't a health retreat, this is a multi-billion-dollar international corporation that's done something illegal that our own residents couldn't do. And we're here.
Has that been proven?
It will be proven in a court of law. That's what the lawsuit's about.
Thank you for being so open-minded.
And you know what, if you read the law, you would have seen all of this in the law.
I did.
Hi, my name is...
I'm sorry for getting heated, but when I'm called corrupt, I get angry. I had nothing to get...
I didn't call you corrupt.
My name is Debbie Hecht. I live in Rhinebeck, and I'm a Rhinebeck taxpayer, and I would like to thank you with all of my heart for using my tax dollars to ensure that Rhinebeck stays beautiful, that the Hudson Valley, our area, Hyde Park, Clinton, that you are doing this preservation work to ensure that we don't have this mega resort in our backyards. I question this number of 3.5 acres. I don't know. I suspect that Common Sense Hudson Valley would not have joined in the lawsuit if we were talking about something so tiny. But ultimately, I just want to say that I am grateful that our tax dollars are going to this lawsuit, and I know a lot of other Rhinebeck residents who feel the same way that I do. We have a lot of support in Rhinebeck.
We're not anti-business, and our record shows that. We're not anti-resort. We're anti-illegal zoning. We have passed a country in 1 and 2 law here that's allowed Grassmere to be built and even greater density. We have another hotel going in on Route 9G because of our zoning. Rugi's Automotive has been able to expand and keep their business here locally because of our zoning. We are pro-business and we are stewards of a historic, beautiful town. And I believe we walk the line well. And that's what we're here to do. We're here to fight illegalities, and we're here to ensure parity, and we won't be pushed around by $1 billion multinational corporation.
Hi, my name is Karen Spencer, and we own a property directly across 9G from the Canadian Hotel.
Right up to the mic.
I give you COVID.
If you pick it up.
My husband and I, we own the property directly across 9G from this proposed site. When it was the Duchess or the Secret Hotel, we've had bad experiences with people coming onto our property. We had helicopters flying over our yard where we could see the belly of the plane while we were sunbathing in the privacy of our property. I'm just standing here to let you know that I am a member of Rhinebeck community. I'm going to be directly affected because they're going to be across the street from me, and I support your decision to fight this.
My name's Graham Trask. I actually live in Clinton. First of all, I just want to commend you guys for such an efficient meeting. I've been to many town meetings. Most of those have been in South Carolina, and they go on and on and on and on. So to go through all of this in about 15 minutes, hats off to you. Hats off to you.
Work happens before.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to have to maybe talk to some of, maybe you, to send some notes down to South Carolina because they've got it on.
South Carolina's they're on their own.
Yeah. Anyway, I think you made an excellent point that you've been elected to vote. You voted on this whole string of items, and of course you can vote on a lawsuit. I applaud you as Rhinebeck for standing up for what's right, for standing up against illegality that we have seen in Hyde Park with their board, who just rolls right over because they don't want to spend money. I don't know what's going on with our town board in Clinton. I hope finally maybe they will find something to stand up against Six Senses. And again, we need people, organizations like Rhinebeck to do the right thing, because it's easy not to do the right thing and say it's somebody else's problem. It's in another town. It doesn't impact us. But people have to stand up. They have to stand up with their money. They have to stand up with their lawyers. Thank you to Warren for doing what he's doing. And again, I just simply applaud you for doing the right thing. Thank you.
I honestly didn't know we had this much support, and it is hard. Because, Wendy, I hear you. It seems like it isn't our business, but it is our business. We are leaders, and it is our business to ensure that our neighbors are behaving according to their laws. You know, it's hard taking the heat, and I had no idea that we had support, so thank you.
My name is Michelle. Can you hear me? My name is Michelle, and I live here in the village.
What is your last name?
Linnen, L-I-N-N-E-N, Michelle with one L. As a child, went to Buckley. That red brick building brings me down memory lane. I think there's both the micro and macro issue going on. I'm going to address the elephant in the room. One, I can appreciate where people can be emotive, but I also have concerns about money being the motive. I think for too long, especially since the deregulation of anyone with power, it's gotten out of hand. By virtue of having money, there is an entitlement that plays out. I would first, before I forget, encourage anyone who has any investment in Wall Street to find out if any of your money is going towards this cause, because there's a lot of organizations that are big shareholders in this company. So I think this is an opportunity for Rhinebeck and its citizens, and get out the media to draw much more attention to this, because there hasn't been in my book, to say enough to those who feel emboldened by virtue of having money. And this is an endemic, pathological problem in this entire country. It didn't just get here on its own, be it Rhinebeck or anywhere else, where the Kushners, the Trumps, and I just name them because that's what I can think of at the top of the head, and we can't blame Japan. Just like we can't blame fentanyl with China because an American corporation brought the drugs and no one saw how the, what is that family called? Thank you, even a day in court. So this is a continuation, and I bring this up because it's all connected. I think for too long, the average American has been too complacent, especially the comfortable economic class, with what has happened in this country. If all that matters is a few oligarchs, we have completely lost, even if it's a false presentation of democracy in this country. Every religion, and I'm an agnostic, and all due respect to Good Shepherd, who saw me at the First Holy Communion and wherever else, is be careful of the corruption of money, because humans are vulnerable in that. Too easily seduced by material wealth.
So while I can appreciate, especially as a psychotherapist, emotiveness, what is more pathological, and emotive isn't necessarily pathological, but what is pathological is not only a few running the show or attempting from Rhinebeck to the rest of this country, is those who have just been a little too busy with their personal lives to wake up one day when it hits them personally. So this is very dear and strong to me because I'm really fed up. I'm fed up. So it's going to take more publicity, more education, more media coverage to get more and more where there's no wall to stand up to. But at the end of the day, this is our opportunity as village residents and town residents in this environment saying enough is enough. There are enough playgrounds for the plutocracy in this country. Enough. It is time to rein in 60 years of entitlement neoliberal economics, folks. Let's call it what it is. Thank you.
I almost don't know what else to add to what has been said, but I just want to say my own little piece.
What is your name?
I'm getting there. My name is John Vanderlee. My wife Nancy and I have lived in the town of Clinton for 48 years, and there's a reason why we live there. Because we love the Hudson Valley, and we love the town of Clinton, and Rhinebeck, and everything around it. As a matter of fact, the mailing address is Statsburg, and the town hall's in Rhinebeck, so we are definitely locals. So I thank you for allowing me to speak. Okay? It's really all been said before you, but frankly, we are also sick and tired of big entities, and especially multi-million-dollar companies, hell-bent on making the next millions regardless of the feelings, the laws of local residents. Never mind the ecological and scenic harm that is caused without any real demonstrated benefits to its citizens. I understand we couldn't even afford to go there. I object to the tactics of intimidating and bulldozing town officials, and I'm grateful for the town of Rhinebeck for standing up to this. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Dana Colleen Peterson. Thank you all for coming out. This was really helpful to hear everyone's voices on this subject. And like Elizabeth said, we had no idea there was this much support. I just wanted to say, I'm not even going to speak on the environmental piece because I think that's kind of obvious and everyone's been talking about that. I'm just going to say one thing. Zoning is a race to the bottom issue. And why are we upholding our zoning here, and why are we making our businesses go through appropriate secret review if our neighbors don't do it? That's basically slapping a tax on the back of every business in Rhinebeck and making it more expensive to do business here. So I just wanted to add that because I think, you know, we're talking a lot and it kind of sounds like on the one side there's the environment and on the other side there's business, but honestly on this side there's business too. It's not fair to the businesses of Rhinebeck to have our neighbors slap a for sale sign on their zoning regulations. Spot zoning is bullshit, okay? So thank you all.
Okay, well, it wasn't a public hearing, but I'm glad you came. Is anybody else?
Talk about the PCA thing. This little last
So
we got a thing.
I'm going to change the subject.
Alan's got a thing.
So we asked the Lions, John Lyons and Kim Garrison.
Granted Lyons, our
Lyons,
attorneys to the planning board.
To come up with an assessment of some of the loopholes that are in the current zoning law. The problem there are a bunch of problems, but one of them is people doing projects without permits. And,
This is unrelated to
it's unrelated
any
to
comment,
what we
but
just talked about.
we are constantly looking at our zoning law to try
So
and strengthen
they
it.
did a 100-page document, which I have in my hand, which is still privileged between attorney and client. We're gonna have a meeting with some of the officials of the town, including the planning board chair and our zoning enforcement officer and lawyers, and then come up with a response to this. But we'll be bringing this back to the town board for law changes probably in the next month or so.
Or, Alan, I think what we should do is have an attorney-client meeting with the town board and Kim and John to go over this and decide that the town board, wants to address it all and then bring it public.
Okay, can I have the meeting with Brian, Tam, and Melody first?
Sure. You guys are
Yeah,
ready
good,
for that?
okay.
Yeah, we're having that 5-5, right? 5-5.
This is a list that's been ongoing. We had a zoning review group before COVID, and then COVID happened and everything came to a halt. But we have multi-million-dollar projects going on here all the time, where fancy, famous international architects clear-cut forests, put driveways in without permits, and try and ask for forgiveness after. And it has to stop. We won't accept it anymore. There will be repercussions, and they will hurt. We're not going to allow it. You can't make a mistake, apologize, and go on. So we're serious about our zoning, both for residential builders and for commercial development. That's it. I'd like to make a motion to go into executive session to discuss a possible new lawsuit.
Girl, can you slow down?
No. Possibly joining another lawsuit.
Why don't we just go into an attorney-client session?
Go into an attorney-client session.
You make any motion to do that?
We're going to go into attorney-client session to talk to our attorney about a possible lawsuit.
Do we adjourn?